Today's story is one of a familiar name and face that has gone the distance to empower and encourage people. I'm excited to welcome Nicole Gorman with us today. Nicole, glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much, Grace.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, well, I know you are just like a breath of fresh air on social media platforms, and a lot of people know your face and get to kind of hear from you as almost like an influencer on social media, at least a local one in my opinion.
Thank you.
But it is really cool. A lot of people that know you may not know like your story. So I would love to just kind of help put your story in context a little bit today, kind of who you are, where you're from, all that kind of good stuff. So let's talk a little bit. Are you from Champaign originally?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so I am actually from Homer, Illinois.
Oh, nice.
Super small town, so right outside of Champaign.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So good. And I know that right now you kind of have this cool space with Above Able, which I know we'll dive into a little bit. But what was life like before then?
Yes, so I actually am a licensed clinical social worker. So I went to U of I and I got hired at the VA, so Department of Veterans Affairs in Danville. So I worked there for 6 years. And there I coordinated the suicide prevention program and just worked in the mental health clinic. And during that time I started Above Able on a part-time basis and kind of just slowly backed off from my career as a social worker and dove into my career as an entrepreneur.
That's so cool. And at what point did you think like, okay, I think I want to expand what I'm doing here and start dabbling in this whole new side of like an industry? Where did that start? How did that begin?
Yeah, so I was doing some blogging prior to having Above Able. So I did like some affordable fashion blogging and worked with some other businesses and boutiques. And I just knew like I had an opportunity here to start my own thing and put my own spin on it and just do it different. And so I was like, I think I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah. I know like doing what you do takes a bit of a presence on social media platforms. How do you balance like wearing all the hats, especially when you are kind of doing a lot of it from your own home, your own space? How do you balance, okay, now's the time that I'm going to go on a screen versus now's the time I'm just going to put that down and be with my kids or be with my husband? How do you manage that?
That was hard, and it is a continuous struggle. I think that, you know, looking back, it was more difficult than it is now. I think when I was in that hustle, like building stage of business, it's this constant desire to just keep on going and going and not taking a break. But now I feel like I'm now in this new season where I can set better boundaries, and I know that I don't like fear the loss of followers or business or sales. That doesn't scare me.
Wow, that's awesome. That's like a very freeing point to get to, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your social media space a little bit, because you are such a fun presence that when you come on, it's like, oh, I gotta listen to all these. And it's usually a series, but it's also super engaging. What do you hope that space is for people?
Yeah, I hope it's a positive space, and I always hope to share, you know, faith, encourage family, and then also just a lot of fun. So I hope it's just like a breath of fresh air, kind of like you said, and just an account people can visit where they're just not feeling judged or less than or inferior because they don't have X, Y, and Z, or they don't look like X, Y, and Z. I'm just such a very normal person.
Yeah, you're so relatable. You really are the girl next door, but also the one that everyone admires, which is so cool, a cool balance of life. But coming from like a mental health sector and into the social media space, like what role do you think social media has on mental health, and how do you like balance that too? Because it can be a really hard space, but it can also be really cool and fun and engaging, great networking space too. Oh
yes, so I do set pretty clear boundaries for myself. If you ever visit the Above Able account, I don't follow really anyone. So I'm not scrolling mindlessly, trying to like look at people's content. I figured that if we're friends on Facebook, there's not really a need to follow on Instagram.
So true.
But yeah, I do try to just follow accounts that for me are encouraging, faith-based, align with my values, and don't like encourage me to continue to buy things or feel like I need X, Y, and Z. But yeah, it is it is a whole juggling act, and so I haven't mastered it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. Okay, I also want to talk about a lot of people right now just feel like they need encouragement. I feel like you are naturally just an encourager. from your social media space, but if you were just to give one like big message to anyone listening of just a source of encouragement, whether it be a mom or a teenage girl or maybe your daughter of 5 years from now, what encouragement would you share with them?
Oh gosh, that's such a pressured question. And I think what's coming to my mind right now is just that there's a season for everything.
So good.
So whether you're in a tough season or the best season of your life, you know, expect the roller coaster. But just be ensured that you don't get sucked into the dark times, because light will come, good will come. So just be sure that your foundation is strong, and then nothing can shake you.